Guess who's back, guys? It's James with Shyhammer Fantasy Battle Reports, and I'll give you my original intro. What's going on, YouTube? Guys, I've been playing a lot of games. I'm trying to get ready for Blood in the Sun. I'm trying to get ready for Buckeye battles as well as ETC. And so I've been playing this list. I've been playing the hell out of this list that you guys have been watching recently, where it's basically multiple monsters, multiple fast units. I mean, I'm getting across the table pretty fast with certain units, but I still have enough firepower to shoot at people and weaken them up while they're on the other side of the table. And so anyways, I'm trying to get used to this. I got one of the games yesterday on UB against actually Ants from the Sustainable Center, which is kind of funny and random. We were talking on Skype the whole time while we were playing. It was a really fun game. I was trying to help him out because he's trying to get used to the rules, more or less, because 9th Age is something that's not being played often in his area or at all in his area, so that was kind of fun just to get a game against him. But yeah, and it was interesting just to shoot the shit with him as well. Yeah, so this game right here, this is against Fergus. And if you watch my Undying Dynasty game that I played against him before, it's actually very similar list. And one of my things is I want to be able to break Death Stars. That's my goal here. I don't want people point denying me just because they have a damn Death Star on the table. So that I am working with this list that I have to try to break those kind of things. So this is another game against Fergus, and I'm just trying to. You'll see. There's a point in the game where I have the option where I could just walk away and actually win the game by a good chunk of points, or I have an opportunity to try to break that Death Star, and I want to see what's going to happen. Anyways, let's go over my list and see what I have to bring to the table here. I got a unit of 35 or 34 Orc Ed Bashers, just common Orc. They have extra hand weapons. They also have the BSB with them. The BSB gave them the Banner of Courage, just because I had 5 points. Why not? But they also have the Ironhide icon, which gives them a 5-up board against shooting. Over here, I got my Boarpocalypse boys. The Boarpocalypse. These are 6 boar boys who have Mykonox Totem, basically to turn off magical items, and this is just the icing on the cake for those guys. This unit right here is the one that helps me destroy those damn fucking Death Stars. In the background, you can see right here, I got on the left side, I got a unit of Wolf Riders. It's 5 Wolf Riders. I know it looks like there's a bunch of special characters in there, but it's not. It's just 5 random Wolf Riders. On the right, that is Goblin Joe, or Baxter, either way. He's a level 2 Goblin Shaman with lore of Little Gods. And then I have the Trolls back here. The Trolls are 6 Cave Trolls, and that's it. There's 6 Cave Trolls. Over here I got the Gargantula, the A-Rock. The A-Rock is the name that I have chose for this wonderful monster of mine, this orange behemoth of an ass. That's what it is. And then on the right, that's King Koopa. King Koopa is a Goblin Lord with a 1-up, 4-up. Over here I got Warboss Dread Irontooth. Warboss Dread Irontooth has been the MVP in several games as of late. He's been dominating whatever he really sets his eyes on killing, and he's been doing really good. And then over here I got 20 Crossbow Orcs, the Crossborks, and basically, these guys are very solid. I like them as a unit, just because that's a good range, and it's a good strength for a weapon as well. Over here I got my 2 Splatterers, and then I have a unit of 5 Nasher Dashers. For my magic spells, I got Foot of Gork, Hand of Gork, and Here We Go. And then over here I got Evil Eye and Gork will Fix It. For my opponent, he got Ancient Glory, Righteous Smiting, Deadly Desiccation. I can't read that fucking word. Alright, he got a Desert Wind. He has Wind Blast, Curse of the Westerlies, and Shifting Sands. Some of these are bound items, some of them are his actual spells. But anyways, as you can see on his table, on his side of the table here, he has on the left, he has they're not Screaming Skull catapults, they're just catapults, I believe. But anyways, he has these catapults. He has this giant block here of chariots, 6 chariots. And then on that right in the middle there, which you really can't see because some reason. Oh, there it is. There's a better picture. He has his giant block, and these guys are Tomb Guard. Basically, they get Lethal Strike, they get Poison, they have characters all around the front, and then in the middle, that giant like Sphinx thing, that's actually a War Altar of some sort. It's a throne or something like that. There's a girl on it. They have a 4-up board, gives them some abilities, it boosts up them somehow. But basically, that's not a bad construct in the middle. It's actually a pretty good thing that kind of beefs up his army. He has 2 more units of archers here, then he has another catapult on the other side, and then he also has 3 horseman units that are scouts or vanguards that aren't on the table yet. As you can see, I just kind of lined up like so. I started making this more of a staple, I guess, of what I've been doing is I kind of make this bubble. Guys, it's here early. It's only like 5 minutes into my video, and here's an ambulance. Jesus Christ. People in Chicago need to stop dying. Goddamn Chirac. I don't know if it's anybody dying, I'm just saying. Anyways. I try to make I end up making this bowl shape, and the bowl shape is more or less the flanks are going way faster than the center, and the center is going to catch up, but it kind of gives me a pincer effect. And then over here on this side I have my you can see I have my war machines, and then I blocked off my flank with the gargantula. Now I did this because I knew he actually has these, what do they call this, the sand snake guys that pop up, their ambushers. He has those as well that are not in the picture. So I put the A-Rock on this side, figuring she's going to cover this flank. She'll be fine. I do have both my shamans in the unit of crossbow orcs, and anyways, you'll see what happens. Over here on the far right, I put my wolf riders, and I do go ahead and I vanguard up, and I get turn 1. Now turn 1, we both have vanguards. He goes ahead and pops out his scouts here, as you can see, and what ended up happening was, we're playing by the Blood in the Sun rules. Blood in the Sun rules, even if you drop your whole army first, which Fergus did drop his whole army first, you only get a +2 to your roll. Okay? So, you can't just automatically go first. So, doing so, Fergus goes ahead and drops everybody off, and I figure, you know, I put my guys kind of sitting back a little bit because, you know, he's going to have to move up and shoot in turn 1. Well, guess what? I won turn 1. So turn 1 Orcs and Goblins, I go ahead and I just move the Wolf Riders all the way up to over here to his catapult that he left alone, and he's just like, shit, that's what I get. I shouldn't have put that guy alone. Whatever, right? So I didn't. I was like, well, I already fucking stayed back here for a reason. I'm just gonna go ahead and sit back here for a reason. But I'm gonna start moving up guys who can move up, like Koopa, the Nasher Dashers, and the Trolls on the left side, and of course the Wolf Riders on the right side. I have my whole main center block sitting back. Magic phase, I got 6 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 4 dice onto the foot of Gork, and I think I just fail it outright. I got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I got 13 exactly, actually. And he dispelled it, and there was really nothing else I could do. So I go ahead and I do shooting phase. Shooting phase, these crossbow orcs are going to start shooting at some of his chaff, kill off 2 of these guys here. And then I go ahead and I do the rock lobber. The rock lobber hits the center unit. The center guy hits him, wounds him, and he fails the ward save, and it does 4 wounds max. It did max wounds. I think that guy has like 1 or 2 wounds left on turn 1, but the other rock lobber doesn't hit shit. And then the web launcher misfires and breaks. I believe it breaks. And yeah, that was it for turn 1. It's gonna go into turn 1 Undying Dynasties. Now Undying Dynasties, he's gonna go ahead and move up his whatchamacallit guys, of course. But he just moved up everybody. Everybody's moving up, right? The chariots, them guys in the main bunker. I mean, he has a close combat army. He does have some shooting units on the right side. He's going to enter the house with the archers. Magic phase, he goes ahead. On magic phases, he's automatically getting 6 dice. I automatically get 6 dice. And then he rolls a D3 and +1 or plus channel to get more dice. So he gets a good chunk of dice there. So he goes in and he does Deadly Desiccation. I let it go through. It gives my guys -1 toughness. And then he goes ahead and heals his thing in the middle there. So that sucks. He goes ahead and he does another spell, gets it off, heals him more, and I'm like, that was such a wasted rock lobber. I should have, honestly, after he healed it up on turn 1, I was like, I should have used the rock lobber on his catapult on the left or something else, but this was just a pointless rock lobber hit. So he goes ahead and does Shifting Sands on these guys, and then he's going to go to Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase, this guy over here, catapult, shoots right at my A-Rock, hits him, wounds him, does 4 wounds to the girl. Alright, now, he goes ahead and he does the second rock lobber, and it drifts off, hits these guys, and ends up killing off, I think, like 1 or 2 of those guys. 2 guys, there you go. Then he goes in and he shoots the guys that are in the fucking building and shoots them at my Wolf Riders, and BAM! Kills 2 of them, causes a panic check because he killed 2, and he ends up causing me to flee off the table. God damn it! That's some bullshit. Over here, these guys inside the chariot's going to start shooting at my Nasher Dashers, kills off one of them, and then that is it. It's going to start off Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Koopa is charging into the chaff. He's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. You guys want to chaff me? I'll just fucking kill you, motherfuckers. And that's about it. I really don't move up. I'm gonna look. I don't see any pictures ahead of time that I'm like moving up. I did move the Nashers in a really cool spot, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull this picture up closer later. But this picture right here, I have the Nashers actually out of the line of sight of his. Oh wait, never mind. We're not gonna get to that. We're not gonna get to that. Actually, I could. It's kind of a spoiler, but whatever. I moved the Nashers out of the line of sight of his chariots because the chariots, I don't want him to charge them, but now I have the ability to chaff them whenever I need to. Anyways, I don't have any other pictures of the movement so much, but Magic, I got 7 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up 4 dice on Foot of Gork, and he is going to have to dispel it again. So I go ahead and I throw up Gork will fix it onto his unit inside the building. Makes him reroll all 6s, and the A-Rock was actually creeping up on the right side too, so that's kind of why I did it. I didn't want him hitting me on 6s, I didn't want him wounding me on 6s, so I'm going to have to make him reroll his whole thing, which is awesome. Over here, the Rock Lobber decides to shoot at his Rock Lobber, or his catapult, and it does 2 wounds, misses 1 wound, and that one's going to live. I'm going to shoot all these guys with the crossbows here into his unit of chaff, kills off 1 unit of chaff, and then this picture right here, like I said, it was kind of a spoiler. Koopa wipes out the horseman, and he overruns towards his catapult, and it's going to go ahead and start off his turn 2. Undying Dynasties. Turn 2! These guys popped up, and I moved the A-Rock on my turn, which was a mistake. And I actually thought about this. I was like, shit, he has ambushers. These guys are going to pop up. And not only that, but I didn't move my shamans out of the way. They're on the bad side. So if he charges in on his next turn, he could kill both my shamans. So I'm like, this sucks, you know? So he pops up over here. And I was just like, you know what? Not only 1, 2 snakes. God damn. And these guys have like that gaze that like just destroys you if he stares at you. So I'm just like, I can't do nothing about it. He's just gonna pop up and do it. And I could have left the A-Rock there, but then at the same time, he could have just popped up somewhere else. So I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna move the A-Rock up. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna move forward. These guys over here got in the way of my trolls. They're gonna go ahead and chaff up my trolls. And then as you can see, he kinda just couldn't really do much. I'm doing this like this like, are you gonna move? Are you gonna move? Are you gonna move? Thing with his chariots, because my guys are exactly like in like 10 or 11 charge range, and he's at like a 10 or 11 charge range on my guys. So he's like, oh man, I'm not gonna go ahead and do it yet. He's gonna go ahead and spend a turn moving up like so, and that's how the table looks. So Magic, he's gonna go ahead and do Wind Blast, and he does it onto my Boar Boys. Makes my crossbows have -1 ballistic skill. I'm like, whatever. He goes in and he does Ancient Glory, and gives these guys +1 weapon skill, toughness, and initiative. Now this is a remain in play spell, so he's going to keep that up for a turn. He goes in and does Deadly Desiccation and turn that one off. He's going to start shooting these guys into my Orcs, kills off 1 Orc, and then he goes ahead and he starts shooting these fucking snakes, these fucking sand snakes, into my War Machines. Kills off the first War Machine. I thought it killed the second one, but you know what? He only did 2 wounds. The second one comes right back. Nobody panics, of course. Well, nobody cares about the damn fucking War Machines. This thing's gonna shoot, and it shoots at my other War Machine that lived, and it misses. Then this one shoots, and it shoots at my War Machine that lived and misses, and it kills off 3 of the fucking crossbow Orcs. And that's about it. It's going to go ahead and start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 3. Charge! Koopa charged into the fucking catapult. The Squigs, I did this like, I thought about this for like quite some time. I'm like, you know what? I could just walk in front of them, and they'll have a hard time. They'll have to deal with chaff and redirect. I was like, but they're honestly just going to ram me, kill me on impact hits. But you know what? If I ram them first, I have impact hits of my own. Might kill like 1 or 2 chariots to begin with. I might hold in combat, period. you know, and they're only like strength 3 or strength 4 or some shit like that. So I have nothing really to worry about. He might kill a couple, but it's not that bad. So I'm going to charge in with the squigs into the flank of these guys. The trolls just decided to take the bait here. They're going to charge in here. The A-Rock, he had these freaking archers. He moved up here, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just charge those guys, and everybody's going to get in. Bam, bam, bam! Oh, man. I move Dread back, and this is one thing that is kind of killing me here. I moved Dread back to turn facing those snakes, and basically I put him in a situation where he has no real choice but to get charged by Dread in the next turn. This happened to us in the last game. I go ahead and I moved my shamans out of the danger side, basically, so I had to move the orcs with crossbows, and that's going to ruin their shooting for a turn. Magic Phase, I got 9 power dice. I go ahead and I throw up Evil Eye, get it off, and he lets it go through, and I kill off 4 guys here. Then I go ahead and I give the attribute to get them onto the squigs. I go ahead and I do another spell. What did I do? I forgot what I did. I did something else, and I got it off, and I get them to the A-Rock as well. What spell was it? I did another spell. I don't remember. Shooting phase, I'm going to shoot my catapult right here into the center of the unit again. And again, I don't know why I did this. I should have shot at his catapult or something like that. But it drifted off. Oh, no. That's not no catapult. That's the Foot of Gork. That was the Foot of Gork. That's the other spell I got off. I go ahead and I shoot it right here to these guys. And I figured if it drifts off in the corner the left way, it would hit the chariots. If it stays here, it would be fine. But it drifted off this way and did nothing. That sucks. Now, shooting didn't do shit. We're going to go to close combat. Koopa kills his catapult. These guys, impact hits. Bam! Kills off 1 chariot. They start attacking. They kill off 3 chariots. 3! Holy shit! Fucking squigs! They were just like, ah! They ate all 3 chariots. He goes in and attacks. He misses. And I think I killed 2 chariots and crumbled a 3rd or something like that. But, man, that was disgusting. He was just like, this sucks. And not only that, but you can see Koopa's charging up. Koopa's ready. He's coming in. Over here, the trolls are just going to wipe out this unit. They do 1 wound onto the trolls, and the trolls kill them. And I decided, you know, I could have sat back, but if I sat, I'm going to be honest with you. I could sit back. I'm going to show you the picture. I overrun this way. But if I sat back, he could have, the easiest charge for him was against my trolls with his main block. And if he kills my trolls and overruns past them, basically what ends up happening is I'll never touch his unit. Alright? So, I decided to overrun my trolls and use my trolls kind of as chaff, to be honest. I didn't want to. I really didn't want to. But at the same time, I was hoping that maybe the trolls could overrun past his line of sight, which they weren't far off. Maybe another 2 inches I could have got past it, but it didn't matter really. The trolls got stuck there. Over here, close combat, A-Rock eats the whole fucking unit down to a man. I think there was like 12 guys, and she did 12 wounds. That was just insane. So she's just going to reform facing the flank of those guys over there, and it's going to go ahead and start off turn 3, Undying Dynasties. Turn 3, he goes ahead and takes the troll bait. He's going to go this way. And as you can see, he's moving his snakes this way. He basically says, fuck it, I'm going to try to shoot somebody. So, he gets in here. He failed to reform on the chariots, by the way. He needed like a 10 rerollable, and he failed that. So they're going to stay the wrong way to kill off the squigs. He goes ahead and Magic Phase. He goes ahead and he dispels... Oh, I used my dice to dispel his desiccation. He does it again, or not desiccation, the one that the remaining play spell. So he's like, well, fuck it, I'm going to put it up again. And I say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to scroll it again. I don't want that spell up. And he's like, shit. So he goes ahead, he does Ancient Glory onto these guys, restores a guy. He does another spell, gives another guy here, and he does Righteous Smiting over here. Shooting phase. These guys are all going to start shooting, and one goes in and kills off the catapult like they wanted to originally. The other one starts shooting at Dread, and they end up getting off 1 wound on Dread. That sucks. I used my lucky shield, but still got 1 wound on Dread. And then close combat over here. Close combat. He just kills 1. I can't believe he only killed 1. He had to have killed more than 1. Nope. He killed 1. He killed 1 troll and got 1 wound off. And my trolls attack back. They only kill off 1 dude for whatever reason. Oh, because I gave him Gork'll Fix It. So he had a hard time doing the lethal strikes and poisons because I gave him Gork'll fix it. So he's re-rolling, re-rolling, re-rolling. He ended up killing off 2 guys, by the way. There's a second ambulance, guys. Second ambulance. Holy shit. Ah, man. Anyways, so he ended up killing off 2 trolls. I only killed off 1 guy back, so obviously he won combat. He has a giant flank, a freaking ranks, banner, BSB, all that crap. So my guys are going to run, and they're like leadership 4, you know. So they're going to run, and he overruns, and he catches them and eats them this way. But basically now he's giving me the rear to all my units. Over here, close combat, Squigs eat one of the freaking chariots, causes the other one to crumble, and he's just like, fuck! Now I have to face off at Koopa coming in on turn 4, Orcs and Goblins. Koopa is rear charging those fucks. Fucking Koopa. Alright, as you can see, I didn't do the same mistake I made last time. Last time I made the mistake where I charged in 1 unit at a time into his flank and his rear or whatever, and it didn't pay off. He always constantly won combat. So I'm like, you know what? If I charge the rear, they're not going to break. They're not going to run away from combat. They don't. They're freaking undead. They just stay there and crumble, and he'll reform and face me and kill me. So I decided to just bring all my units as close as I possibly can to him, and without giving him an option of getting away. One of my fears here, you can see this right now. One of my fears right now is I move up right onto his butt, and he just does a swift freeform and walks out of my line of sight or out of charge range. So I'm trying to move up close enough, but I'm trying to cover enough space so he can't escape me. So you see the A-Rock coming, you see the Boars coming, you see my Orcs coming. Magic Phase got 11 power dice, and what did I do? Oh, I did an Evil Eye. Evil Eye, kill off 2 of his guys here, and then I go ahead and I do a Hand of Gork, and I move my Orcs to his flank over here, because now I'm trying to get him from multiple angles, and trying to just mess with him that way. So he's just like, shit, that's coming there. And then I try to do a Foot of Gork, but he dispelled that one, of course. Shooting Phase, I'm going to go ahead and shoot the crossbow Orcs at somebody. I don't remember who. Didn't really matter. What am I doing here? Don't remember. I think I charged Dread in, by the way, into the snakes. Over here, yeah, I charged Dread in. Dread killed off 3 snakes is what happened. And you can see him in the corner now. Close combat over here. He finally killed my 4 Squigs. Finally, but Koopa just destroys the fucking unit, and he basically is starting to crumble. He can't do real shit to it, and it's going to go ahead and do turn 4 Undying Dynasties. So he did reform his guys to face off at Koopa. He really couldn't do much else on the left side with his main unit. I think he turns him around and starts to back him up, so I don't give him a rear charge. But as you can see, Koopa's going to have a flank. The Spider might have a flank or a front. I don't remember, really. And then, as you can see over here, he's trying to get out of Dread's line of sight, but he really can't. So it basically kind of looks like this. Magic. What did he do for magic? I don't remember what he did for magic. I think he tried to restore some chariots, maybe. Anyways, I don't remember what he did. Shooting Phase. Shooting Phase. His fucking snakes shot the crap out of my boar boys. They killed 3 boar boys. Alright? Then he's going to go ahead and do his catapult, and he does it onto Dread. He figured I already lost a lucky shield when he did the freaking eyebolt things, so he shoots it onto Dread. He gets a direct hit. I fail my ward save, and BAM! He killed Dread. Son of a fucking cunt bag right there. Holy crap. That sucks! Oh my god, does that suck. He just killed me outright. Oh, man. That right there was just like heartbreaking. And it was that one fucking corner catapult that had 1 wound left that the Wolf Riders forgot to kill, or didn't kill because they were scared, and then my catapult did not kill it. If I would have targeted that thing from the fucking beginning, I would have been able to kill it with the catapults, my catapults. That sucks. Alright, anyways, it's going to start off my turn 5, I think. Yeah, I think it is turn 5. I decide, fuck it, I'm charging it with everything. All the things are going. All of them. So, This is really easy. The fucking Boar Boys, I believe, are auto-in. I think I need like a 4, maybe. The Orcs are an auto-in. They don't even need a roll. I think they were just like exactly like 1 inch away from their, or like at 5 when they have a movement 4. Koopa's an auto-in. Koopa needs like a 3. And the Spider, A-Rock, needs a 4. I roll all the dice. The fucking A-Rock failed. Are you fucking kidding me, A-Rock? Seriously. What is that shit? The Boar Boys, I went through the woods. Like haphazardly. I didn't care if I went through the woods. And at this point in the game, we're trying to hurry up the game because they're trying to kick us out of the Dice Dojo too. This happens to me in Fergus every game, I swear to God. But I go in and I'm just like, whatever, I don't care if I take DTs, and I lose 1 Boar Boy to the DT. God damn it. But I am turning off the whole unit's magic items. I am basically just gonna go into this fight like, let's do it, you know? Anyways, magic phase, I got 8 power dice, which isn't horrible. It's pretty good. And I go in and I do Here We Go, or Get 'em Lads, or whatever it's called. And I get it off with double 6s. It blows up my shaman here. Takes out, god damn these phone calls. Takes out like a shit ton of my freaking orcs. But it doesn't matter because this is basically our last turn of the game. Killed off 3, 6, 7 orcs. And then he decides to challenge with his freaking pharaoh, his general. Alright? So Koopa's like, I'll take it. I'll take it. So Koopa's going to go ahead and attack this fuck, right? And what ends up happening is I think I did like... I forgot how many I did. I don't remember really. I'm trying to go over it really quick. I don't have a close-up of that fight. Anyways, for some reason whatsoever, I don't understand this, I only did 2 wounds. I am like strength 6 with armor piercing, and I have like 7 attacks, and I'm probably hitting on 4s with poison. This guy should be dead. There should be no way possible he lived, and apparently he lived. I only did like 2 wounds to him, and that makes no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know. Anyways, he goes ahead and he attacks, and he figures out he has to turn off my magical items, so he goes in and he kills my Boar Boys. So then after he kills my Boar Boys, he gets all these magical items back. He goes ahead and attacks back on Koopa. He does 5 wounds onto Koopa, and Koopa's just like, 5 armor saves and ward saves. He's just like, there's just nothing you could do about that. That's just the way you rolled. Holy shit. Orcs go, they end up killing off 3, 6, 7, 8 guys. He goes back, he ends up killing off like 8 guys or something like that. We end up sticking in combat, even though I have a charge, downhill charge, banner, BSB, all that crap. Basically, we end the game right here, alright? And we just did because the dojo was closing, and we didn't really have much time to go through another round or so. But we probably could have. We actually went upstairs, and they were having like a party upstairs. And we're like, "What the fuck, dude? You guys were rushing us out, and we could have just stayed and finished off this game." But we counted up the points, and it's a draw. It's a straight up draw. I had it. I had it in the beginning. I had it in the middle. But then the A-Rock failing the charge. I mean, it was a fucking 3. A 3. I failed the charge on Swift Stride. Seriously. But if the A-Rock would have got in, she would have killed a good chunk of those guys. Probably like with the Thunder Stomp and all that. I mean, A-Rock was still pretty healthy. I mean, she had 4 wounds on her, but it's still technically pretty healthy. It would have been a little bit different on the outcome, especially when I'm re-rolling to hit on him. That doesn't make any sense how Koopa fucking didn't kill that guy. I don't understand how that happened. That makes zero sense, especially if I'm re-rolling to hit on him. Whatever. Yeah, we ended up sticking. We figured if we were to play this out, what would end up happening is he would have obviously had magic. He would have tried to get some buffs up. He might have killed my orc unit. We don't know. And then Koopa would have been stuck in combat still, and Koopa probably would have been fine, but he probably would have escaped. It would have just been long and drawn out. I probably would have lost in the end, but there was just no way to find out because we didn't finish this game. So we just called it as a draw. The points were really close. I think it was like a 30-point difference. And no, it was under 200 points. It was under 200 point difference his way at this moment. But we just ended up calling the game right there. Losing Dread to that catapult was just like heartbreaking to me because Dread was basically what happened. If Dread would have gotten into this combat, it would have been over. It would have been over. If the Dread and the A-Rock would have gotten into this combat, it would have been over. But those that fucking catapult shot, that was just brutal. Len wants me to take Dread off of the Wyvern. He wants me to put just a combat lord in the unit of Orcs. I'm not entirely opposed to it, but at the same time, I just have like this like my heart goes to Dread. Dread has been the MVP in the last few games. It's really hard for me to take him out of this. Speaking of MVPs, I'm giving it to the fat man, King Koopa. King Koopa is the MVP. He fucking killed a catapult, killed some horsemen, fucking killed off the chariots, and came down and was fucking up the general. Koopa is definitely the MVP of this whole game. The A-Rock is a good runner-up. She basically took out a whole unit of archers and put on a big giant threat. Yeah. Actually, the other unsung hero here is that Nasher Dasher unit. That Nasher Dasher unit fucked up his chariots. Holy crap, did it fuck up his chariots. I shouldn't have charged the trolls into that fucking horseman block. I thought about that back and forth. I should have just backed up and just let him chaff me, more or less, because there's not much else he could have done. I could have just shot him with a magic missile or something like that and continue just working angles on him. But overall, I don't think it was a horrible move. I think I could have just sat back for a turn and let him try to get into me, and then charge in with everything. Especially since the A-Rock and Cooper were already coming in anyways. But A-Rock, you failed me with that charge. You failed me, A-Rock. Anyways, guys, I hope you're enjoying this. I gave you the MVP. I forgot to do it the last game. I just put it in just like silently, but whatever. I have another game, same list, against Dan and his Highborn Elves, and that one's a doozy. You guys will see that's a doozy of a game. But besides that, guys, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I enjoy making them. Leave some comments, leave some feedback, leave some questions, leave some lists if you want. Leave whatever you want on my comment section. God, have fun. Just destroy each other. Just if you guys want to troll each other, troll each other. If you guys want to troll me, you guys already do. Anyways, guys, I'm going to ETC in Greece. I do need some assistance on getting out there. So if you guys can, I do have a GoFundMe account, and I do need some help. So if you guys can donate $1, donate $5, donate $10, donate whatever you could afford, and just help me get out there, because it's an extremely expensive trip to get out there. And I am not a rich man. So, besides that, guys, I am going to Blood in the Sun. This is probably the list I'm bringing to Blood in the Sun, even though Len kind of like threw a wrench in my gears there, and told me, oh, bring Dread on foot and take out the Boar Boys. And I started thinking about it a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, I already painted this army up. I don't have time to change it up, and I need to focus on what I am painting. So, guys, this is the list I'm bringing to Blood in the Sun, and I'm going to rock it over there. I swear to God, that's coming up in like under a week and a half or something like that. 11 days left till Blood in the Sun. I'm excited, and I already know who my first opponent is. My first opponent is going to be Jeremy, and Jeremy is bringing a Highborn Elf army that no one has ever seen before. It's basically a shit ton of Sky Sloops. Anyways, guys, that's all coming up in another video. In another day. But donate to my channel, hit like, hit subscribe, leave comments, leave feedback, cheer for the MVP, the fat man, King Koopa, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care and peace.